Hello, this is a presentation of Prodecoder Automatic. This is our newest series dedicated to the double bit locks. In this video I'm gonna demonstrate you Juwel 3x3 safe lock. Now, this is the tool. This is our newest handle. It has an amazing grip, quite new design. It goes very easy on the hand. Additionally, with the Prodecoder Automatic you receive those two handles. They're specifically made for the Prodecoder Automatic and in order to help you give the appropriate amount of tension. You get the transportation box, Prodecoder Automatic according to your needs. You can see the whole series on our website prodecoders.com when we have listed the available models. You get, which is quite a nice addition, you get the Prodecoder spare pins. With the box you receive 6 spare pins. You can change and repair the tool on your own. With the ones that already are placed on the stick, you can open between 50 and 70 Juwel locks, which is quite enough. Whenever you change them, they become like above 100 openings. Now, this is the reset tool. It says Juwel 3x3, specifically made for these pins. We'll get to that part later in our video, how we reset it and the correct procedure of resetting it. Prodecoder Automatic is basically a Prodecoder meant for double bit locks. It has the exact principle. So in the tool you have turbo wheel. Whenever you turn the turbo wheel, let me focus it. Whenever you turn the turbo wheel, you actually cause movement of the pins. And the second wheel, this one, is the tension wheel. With it we give tension to the right and to the left respectively. Now, whenever we must reset the pins, what do? We go with the turbo wheel all the way to the right. We grab the reset tool and through those holes on the cassette, we have 6 of them, we go through them and reset the pins one by one. Juwel 3x3, hence 6 pins to reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This is how it looks, how the tool looks when resetted. Now, the tool is ready. Juwel 3x3, this is quite a specific lock, as you may know or you may not know. The Juwel basically uses quite tight springs, which means that basically until now it was not possible to open it on a self-impression way, which was the most problematic, one of the most problematic locks. Now we have managed to overcome that. This is Juwel 3x3. This is the key. Now we are ready to proceed. The trickiest point here is to insert the decoder first on the correct position, then on the correct depth. We always insert the tool with the pins pointing to the same position as the lock tongue. This is very important. So in our case the lock tongue is to the left, so the pins will be to the left also. This is how we insert it. Please don't forget, this is not a force tool. It doesn't need any force, any strength, any power. Sorry about that. In order for you to be successful with it. Insert it gently. Make sure that the turbo wheel is all the way to the right. You can also see here the two stop points, but you'll get to see them. Make sure it's to the right, because if it's to the left, all the way to the left, and you try to insert it, you can see that the pins have grown, which means that it's not physically possible to insert it. So make sure it's to the right. Insert it. The trickiest point here is the following. You must be exactly sure that you're on the correct position, meaning that the pins are exactly on the position of the plates. Because if it's too deep inside, or if it's out a little bit more than required, and you try to turn it in order to start the opening procedure, you risk the pins to be twisted or broken or whatever. So you have to make sure you're on the correct position. Take as much time as you need just to make sure you're on the correct position. Whenever you're on the correct position and you slightly, with no force at all, you can see that I'm working with my two fingers, slightly try to turn it, and it turns successfully without any obstacles, or whenever you cannot feel anything standing on the way of turning it, this means that the procedure is okay. Whenever you feel that it's not happening, don't force it. This is not a way to succeed. So, turn it. In our case, I have positioned the lock like this, meaning that the unlocking position will be to the right. So, the tension will be to the right. Again, I repeat, these here and here are the two handles. So, I grab them. You can again see that I'm not applying any force at all. You need to apply the correct amount of tension. As I told you, Juwel has quite tight springs, so we need the right amount of tension in order first to make them move, to make the plates move, and second to overcome the anti-picking, which is quite a challenge. Now, we'll get to that point, you'll see it in practice. Give tension to the right, hold the tension, now grab the turbo wheel and start turning it until you reach the first point, just to check if it's okay. Now, don't release the tension, return it now to the right in its original place, the tension wheel. You heard the click. Whenever you hear the click, it's a good sign. This means that something inside is changing, that the plates are moving. And again, tension to the right, turbo wheel to the left, until you reach the first stop point here. Don't release it. Now return it to the right, release. Now you can, I want you to take a notice at the following. The first click was longer, now the second was shorter. Now when I give the second tension, and again to the first, return it, no click at all. This means that something is happening. So I'm gonna give it like this. Again, tension, same amount of tension, but I'm gonna proceed until further from the first stop point, like this. Return, nothing happens again. Then again, tension till the first, return, release. I'm in anti-picking now. I can feel it because there is almost no tension here at the tension wheel. You see, I can barely move it with my one finger. So this means that I must release it a little bit. So this was my original position. Grab it and just a little bit give it to the left to release it from the anti-picking. And now again, tension to the right, to the second, and I can hear again the clicks. So, whenever you stop feeling the tension on the wheel here, on the turbo wheel here, or you stop hearing the clicking, this means that you slightly must release it to the left in order to release it from one another, the lock from the tool. This way you will overcome the anti-picking. Now you can see I have managed to make the first turn. I can unlock and lock as many times as I want to. Now I'm gonna eject it. You can see how the lock has moved, how the pins have moved. And now I'm ready to proceed with my second turn. Turbo wheel to the right. Through the holes here, I again reset one by one the pins. It's okay now. I'm gonna insert it second time. Again, pins are pointing to the position of the lock tongue. Insert gently, don't force it. Make sure that the turbo wheel is all the way to the right. Insert it gently. Now make sure you're on the correct position. Try it just slightly to turn it. If it's not smoothly turning, then you're not on the correct side. Take your time. Don't rush it, because this is where the fatal mistakes can come from. It's not a fatal because you can actually change the pins, but we don't want that. And again, I'm on the correct position. I can very simply turn it to the right in order to start my procedure. So again, tension to the right, turbo wheel to the left until the first point, return it, nothing. So I will proceed further. Tension again to the right, nothing. And again, to the second, I can hear the click now. Okay, now I'm on the second. I don't need to return it to the left in order to release it. And again. Quite easy. Quite easy actually. Of course, it requires a little bit of experience in order to understand when the tool is working and when it's in anti-picking, but whenever you don't feel the tension on the turbo wheel or whenever you cannot hear the clicks, this means that you just slightly need to release it to the left or to the right, depending on the rotation of the lock. I can unlock and lock as many times as I want to. Again, I'm gonna show you the code. From here on, you can make your duplicate and you can make one working key. As you can see, it's quite easy as a procedure, quite fast. Of course, if we want to make a demonstration, we can make it faster, but the goal of this video is to show you step by step and with patience how you can work with Juwel 3x3. This is Prodecoder Automatic, our newest series. Very nice handle, very nice grip. The tension handles that we have made especially for to make it easier. So if you have any questions, you can always contact us on our website. Thanks for watching this video.